The Day in Tech History is sponsored by CashFly over at CACHEFLY.com, where you can host your podcast and get a 14-day free trial.
Jeffrey Powers here. I welcome you to the Day in Tech History, a full rundown of technology history 7 days a week. Subscribe to the show via iTunes, Stitcher, or download right from dayintechhistory.com. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history.
December 15th. 1612 is where we're actually going to start today. Simon Marius becomes the first person to observe the Andromeda Galaxy through a telescope. I know that doesn't sound too tech, but it kind of is. 1970, the Soviet spacecraft Venera 7 becomes the first craft to land on another planet when it sets down on Venus. 1978, Philips and MCA launched the LaserVision video disc system for $695. Little geek movie knowledge here. Warner Brothers in 1978. Warner Brothers releases Superman, directed by Richard Donner and starring Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, and Marlon Brando, and Margot Kidder. 1983, the Apple advertisement of 1984. The advertising agency first airs 1984, the television commercial for Apple Computer, and the 1 a.m. sign-off slot of KMVT Channel 11 in Idaho. Of course, it was the infamous ad where the woman runs down through the hall with a sledgehammer to knock out a big screen or Big Brother. Imagery is followed by the message about January 24th. Of course, this was the test market for the Super Bowl airing of that commercial, which then became, of course, the commercial of the decade. 1986, Business Week features an article written by Catherine Hafner in the People Rejuvenators section. It was headlined, Father Knows Best, Just Ask the Tramiel Boys. Jack Tramiel has turned half-dead Atari into a $240 million family business. In 1990, ISO C90 is released. 1994, Netscape releases Netscape Navigator 1.0. And Richard Kenedick, who is the sysop of the Davy Jones Locker BBS, pleads guilty to criminal copyright infringement. 1997, Fortran 95 ISO is released. And the website of Huntington National Bank is hacked and defaced by Kermit. 1998, Adrenaline Interactive announces a deal to develop games and game demos for the Nuon enhanced DVD systems. And a 24-year-old Tokyo woman takes her own life using a cyanide capsule that was acquired from an internet service offering them for purposes of suicide. 27-year-old man who operated the service on that same day takes his own life after learning about the woman's death. Interesting. And Yahoo launches Yahoo Address Book. In 1999, Microsoft releases Windows 2000 to computer manufacturers.
If you love the Day in Tech History, then I encourage you to join my Patreon movement over at patreon.com/geekazine. Your contribution keeps the lights on and more Day in Tech History episodes available. Pledge as little as $1 a month or $12 a year for 365 days of podcasts. Add to that all the content from geekazine.com, morninggeeks.com, and other shows that I produce. That's over at patreon.com/geekazine. Now let's get back into your day in tech history.
In 2000, the website of Seattle-based egghead.com was hacked. 3.7 million customer credit card database was left exposed on the internet. 2004, Brian Selicato of Michigan was sentenced to 9 years in prison for his involvement in hacking into the corporate systems of Lowe's Home Improvement and attempting to steal customer credit card information. The sentence was the longest ever to be given to a hacker, far exceeding the 5.5 years that Kevin Mitnick spent behind bars. Also in 2004, version 4.3.10 and 5.0.3 of the PHP programming language was released. And the Zafy Merry Christmas worm was released. The worm modified the system registry of Windows, automatically self-executing when the computer was rebooted. 2005, the 43rd known Mersenne prime number was discovered by Dr. Curtis Cooper and Dr. Stephen Boone. 2008, as mentioned from December 1st, the Twitter rival Pounce closed its doors. Also in 2008, Apple released Mac OS 10.5.6, and Hasbro dropped the lawsuit for the controversial Facebook game Scrabulous. 2009, Google Chrome, just months after release, surpassed Safari in browser usage. And Bing Search app debuted on the iPhone. And in 2010, Apple released OS version 4.2.1 for Apple TV to fix HD display problems. And Google announced that Chrome was officially business ready. They offered control to IT administrators to configure and deploy Chrome in corporate situations. And that's your Day in Tech History for December 15th. My name is Jeffrey Powers. www.dayintechhistory.com. You can also follow me on Twitter over at DayInTechHist. And of course, all the show notes are up on the wiki page. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll talk to you in 24 hours. Take care. And that's your Day in Tech History. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2015, JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.